Matt's obviously written the foreword for your book, and he's described you as, being like his little sister.
Yes.
You know, I mean, it'd be lovely to kind of hear from your perspective. I mean, you've talked about it in the book, but just now, like what Matt means to you and how much he's changed your career and your life over the last few years.
Yeah. I mean, I would say Matt is like my crazy older brother. So it's the similar kind of thing. But we like, there is no way to kind of like fully explain how pivotal and important that period of my career was, because like I was very lost before we started working together. I had just gotten released. I had 6 months off. I was just coming back to wrestling, and I knew it was like, all right, I need to figure out what my next move is. I knew I'd always be okay because, again, like I always go 110. But once he asked me to start working with him, then it was kind of like, I said to him very early on, I was like, you don't realize this yet, but like I am the best person that you could have chose for this. Like you and I, like I know the way that he works, and I knew that I worked the same way. And I was like, I don't have all the money in the world, but I will try my best to make this as awesome as it can be. I will post about this constantly. I'll always invest money on like gear and outfits and ideas. And like whatever you want to do, I will be there with you 110%. And that is a high standard to attain because Matt is so on a level above everyone else. Like he does not stop. And for as much as I don't stop, and I pride myself on like working very hard and always trying to like better myself, he is doing it just as much. Like on the weekend, they called him a few days prior that he was going to be a special guest referee on TNA. And he is like he rocks up wearing full special guest referee custom gear. You know what I mean? And like most people will get a ref shirt and maybe cut the sleeves off, but he's so committed that he paid probably $1,000 to get special ref gear made, overnight shipped. Like that's the level of commitment that has made him so successful. And that's what I try to emulate for myself. And that's what now I also try to pass on to to Mance and whoever else wants to listen. But yeah, the things that I learned from him, like, you know, you'll never be able to, like, it's changed the way that I've looked at wrestling so much and this business in general that I'm not the same person or wrestler that I was beforehand. And getting to stand there and watch him do business and hear the way that he handles certain situations and listen to him plan matches and hear the reason why he does certain things, like, that is so invaluable. And like for anyone who is on a show with Matt, like I was on every show with Matt for like 18 months straight, and nowhere near enough people. Guys,
your dogs are mauling each other.
Oh my God, sorry. Guys, stop. No one near enough people asked him for advice. Like I would watch so many people just like say hi and move on. And I don't know if it's because they're intimidated by him. I don't know if it's because they're ignorant. I don't know if it's because they don't give a shit. But I mean, he is such a wealth of knowledge who shouldn't still be on the indies. Like he should be on WrestleMania, and he will be at some point. But yeah, he is so humble and willing to help people that like, if anyone asked him for advice, he would sit down for 30 minutes and give them a full breakdown of what they should be doing and what they can work on. So that's kind of what, if there's any other wrestlers listening to this, take that away is like, you know, people like Matt who are around, like pick their brain, listen to them, even like sit and listen in on them planning their matches or whatever else, because that will open your eyes and make you look at things completely differently.
Well, of course. I mean, he had 15 years in WWE before all of this, didn't he? I remember when I spoke to him a couple of years ago for my other show, and he was telling me about being signed at 21, and I said, well, were you ready? And he said, no, of course I wasn't ready, but if you get the call, what are you going to do? You're going to say yes. So he went through that real baptism of fire. And I think what I've loved about watching the journey between both of you over the last couple of years is just, as you say, the amount that you've invested in yourself, not just financially, but creatively, taking risks. I mean, I'm an even bigger mark for Ghostbusters than I am for wrestling. And you know, when you did the GCW Homecoming show and came out in Ecto 1, I was like, holy shit, I can't believe they've actually got an Ecto 1 here for that show. I mean, it's a whole other level. And you know, that's like a WrestleMania level entrance at a GCW show. It's incredible. And that's because you two believe in yourself and you know where you're going to be. And I think there's real power in that, not just in wrestling, but in life. Just as you say, manifesting success and saying, I know where I want to be in 5 years' time, but I need to make the steps to make that happen now.